Hello student, myself S.K. Jadhav from Department of Electronic Science, KTHM College, Nasik. Today we will discuss about the fiber optic communication of class TY-BSc semester 3rd, paper number 6, EL336A. Chapter 1 is Introduction and the today's topic is Introduction to Fiber Optic Communication. After studying this course, you should be able to understand the principles of fiber optic communication system. You will learn and measure the different parameters of optical fibers. You will understand essential optical components of fiber optic communication and you will learn about the advantages, disadvantages and the applications of fiber optic communication system. Syllabus of this course includes total 4 units. Unit number 1 is Introduction to Fiber Optic Communication. Contents of unit number 1 includes basic structure of optical fiber, ray transmission theory, propagation of light in optical fiber, acceptance angle, numerical aperture, skew rays, dispersion in optical fiber, types and specification of single mode, multi-mode, step index, graded index, glass and plastic fibers and advanced optical fiber. Unit number 2 is about optical sources and detectors, and in this unit you will have to study the optical sources like LED and laser diode, its working principle and operation, and the optical detectors like PN detector, PIN detector, avalanche photodiode and its principle of operation, then concepts of responsivity, sensitivity and quantum efficiency. Then unit 3 is fiber optic losses and measurement, and the contents of unit 3 includes attenuation in optical fibers, then attenuation or losses due to material, then scattering losses, absorption losses, bending losses. Then the next topic is fiber optic link structure and link losses because of connector and splicing. Then the next topic is fiber attenuation measurement, dispersion measurement, profile measurement, numerical aperture measurement and diameter measurement. And the last topic is fiber optic communication, its block diagram, then selection of optical fibers, then the selection of optical fiber for short haul, long haul and high speed data links, then dispersion budget calculation, then the components like repeaters, optical fiber amplifiers, then optical transmitters, optical fiber receiver and its design considerations. Some reference books are given. The first one is Optical Fiber Communication by G. Kaiser. Then second is Optical Fibers and Fiber Optic Communication System by Subir Kumar Sarkar. The third book is Fiber Optics and Optoelectronics by R.P. Khare. Then the fourth one is Optical Fiber Communication Principles and Practice by John M. Senior. Then the fifth is Introduction to Fiber Optics by Ajay Ghatak, and the last book is Fiber Optic Communication by D.C. Agarwal. In this module, you will learn about the introduction to fiber optic communication. That means overview of fiber optic communication, then definition of fiber optic communication, historical development or evolution of fiber optic communication, and the need of fiber optic communication. Overview of optical fiber communication. All of you know the importance of communication. Communication means the transfer of information or exchange of information such as voice, picture, data, etc. from one place to another. When the information is to be conveyed over any distance, a communication system is usually required. Within a communication system, the information transfer is frequently achieved by superimposing or modulating the information on to an electromagnetic wave which acts as a carrier for the information signal. This modulated carrier is then transmitted to the required destination where it is received, and the original information signal is obtained by demodulation. Communication may also achieved by using an electromagnetic carrier which is selected from the optical range of frequencies, that is from a few megahertz to several hundred terahertz. Optical signal may propagate from the fiber optic cable or in free space. Optical communication systems use high carrier frequencies, nearly about 100 terahertz, in the visible or near infrared region of the electromagnetic spectrum. Then what is the definition of fiber optic communication? It is defined as a method of transmitting information from one place to another by sending pulses of light through an optical fiber. It is the branch of optics that deals with study of propagation of light through transparent dielectric waveguides. It is concerned with the transmission of radiant power or light energy through fibers. It uses light to send information or data. Then how an optical fiber guides light depends on the nature of the light and the structure of the optical fiber. The light forms an electromagnetic carrier wave that is modulated to carry information. The carrier frequencies used in conventional systems had the limitations in handling the volume and the rate of the transmission. The greater the carrier frequency, larger the available bandwidth and information carrying capacity. Now we will discuss about the historical development or evolution of fiber optic communication. Fiber optics have revolutionized the telecommunication industry and have played a major role in the advent of the information age. There is no doubt that electronic communication or telecommunication has played a crucial role in the makeup of the modern world. Because of its advantages over electrical transmission, optical fibers have largely replaced copper wire communications in core networks in the developed world. In 1880, Alexander Graham Bell invented the photophone and considered it his most important invention. The device allowed for the transmission of sound on a beam of light. In 1880, Bell conducted the world's first wireless telephone transmission between two buildings, some 213 meters apart. Due to its use of an atmospheric transmission medium, the photophone would not prove practical until advances in laser and optical fiber technologies permitted the secure transport of light. The photophone's first practical use came in military communication system many decades later. Then, in 1954, Harold Hopkins and Narinder Singh Company showed that rolled fiberglass allowed light to be transmitted. Initially, it was considered that the light can traverse in only straight medium. Then, in 1963, Nishizawa, a Japanese scientist, proposed the use of optical fibers for communications. He invented the PIN diode, that is PIN detector, and the static induction transistor, both of which contributed to the development of optical fiber communications. In 1966, Charles Cow and George Hockman discovers a quartz crystal glass and invented fiber optics. He gave the suggestion to use optical fiber for communication to avoid degradation of the optical signal by the atmosphere. In 1970, Corning Glass invents optical fiber. The optical fiber was successfully developed in 1970 by Corning Glass Works with attenuation low enough for communication purposes, that is about 20 dB per kilometer. And at the same time, gallium arsenic semiconductor lasers were developed that were compact and therefore suitable for transmitting light through fiber optic cables for long distances. Corning Glass researchers invented optical waveguide fiber capable of carrying 65,000 times more information than copper wire. The research phase of fiber optic communication systems started around 1975 and can be grouped in several distinct phases. In every generation, BL product, that is bit rate distance product, increases initially but then begins to saturate as the technology matures. Each new generation brings a fundamental change that helps to improve the system performance further. This figure shows the increase in the BL product over the time period. The straight line corresponds to doubling of the BL product every year. Here, this B refers to the bit rate while L refers to the distance of repeater spacing. The first generation of fiber optic communication was developed for commercial use in the early 1980s and was operated at zero point 0.8 micrometer and used gallium arsenic semiconductor lasers. Specifications of these generations are given here. It was implemented in 1980 and the operating wavelength was about 0 0.8 micrometer. Then semiconductor used, that is gallium arsenic laser, and bitrate was about 45 megabytes per second, and the repeater spacing was 10 kilometer and used graded index fiber. The second generation of light wave system uses indium gallium arsenic phosphorus semiconductor laser and its operating region was near 1.3 micrometer. These systems were initially limited by dispersion, but in 1981 the single mode fiber was discovered to greatly improve system performance, and by 1987 these systems were operating at bit rates of up to 1.7 gigabytes per second with repeater spacing up to 50 km. Then the specifications of these generations are given below. Then in third generation, fiber optic systems operated at 1.55 micrometer and had losses of about 0.2 dB per kilometer. They achieved this despite earlier difficulties with pulse spreading at that wavelength using conventional indium gallium arsenic phosphorus semiconductor lasers. Scientists overcome this difficulty by using dispersion shifted fibers designed to have minimal dispersion at 1.55 micrometer, or by limiting the laser spectrum to a single longitudinal mode. These developments eventually allowed third generation systems to operate commercially at 2.5 gigabits per second with repeater spacing in excess of 100 km. And all these are the specifications given below. The fourth generation of fiber optic communication systems used optical amplification to reduce the need for repeaters and wavelength division multiplexing to increase data capacity. These two improvements caused a revolution that resulted in the doubling of system capacity every 6 months starting in 1992 until a bit rate of 10 terabytes was reached by 2001. And the specifications of this generation are given below. The fifth generation. The focus of development for the fifth generation of fiber optic communication is on extending the wavelength range over which WDM system can operate. The conventional wavelength window, known as the C-band, covers the wavelength range from 1.53 micrometer to up to 1.57 micrometer, and the new dry fiber has a low loss window promising an extension of that range from 1.30 micrometer to up to 1.65 micrometer. Other developments include the concept of optical solitons, pulses that preserve their shape by counteracting the effects of dispersion with the non-linear effects of the fiber by using pulses of a specific shape. The actually fifth generation uses Raman amplification technique with optical solitaires, and all these are the specifications of fifth generation fiber optics. It was implemented in 2002 and its bit rate was from 40 to 160 gigabytes per second. Repeater spacing increases from 24,000 km to up to 35,000 km. Operating wavelength was 1.53 to 1.57 micrometer, and it uses Raman amplification technique and optical solitaires. Then what is the need of fiber optic communication? Fiber optic communication system has emerged as most important communication system compared to traditional system because of following requirements. The first requirement is in long haul transmission system there is need of low loss transmission medium. There is need of compact and least weight transmitters and receivers. Then third important need is there is need of increase in the span of transmission, and there is need of increased bit rate distance product. A fiber optic communication system fulfills all these requirements and hence most widely accepted. In this module, you have learned the basics of communications, basics of optical communication, and historical development or evolution of optical fiber technology. Thank you.